Fun to play.
Have you ever done broadcast TV? Forgive me for not knowing that, but
You mean like the big networks,
yeah, with commercial breaks.
CBS? Yeah, I did well, it's funny, I've only done 2 other series. One was a series called Going to California. Oh my God, no, of course, no. Has anybody ever seen that show? Oh my God, so sad. So sad. It was the second year that Showtime had series, and Scott Rosenberg wrote it, and he's incredible. He's a feature film writer. He's amazing. But anyway, that was cable. The only other one that I did do was on NBC called Trinity. It was in 1998. Yeah. It only came on. It was John Wells, like literally the only show John Wells has not succeeded massively in. He did ER and China Beach and West Wing. He's done a ton of things. But yeah, it was only on for 4 episodes, and then we got canned.
So is there a difference in the way network TV is filmed and cable TV?
Yeah, definitely. Network TV in general, it's sort of a situation where there's, in my opinion, too many cooks in the kitchen. There are a lot of executives, and everybody kind of needs to justify their job, and a lot of times you can't really. It's sort of more bureaucratic. So if you want to change a line, you have to ask a week ahead of time, and it has to go through 10 different people before it gets back to you, and they say no. You know,
sponsors and stuff like that.
Well, it's more just that there's so many. There's just more, like I said, just literally more people that have a say in the product. A place like HBO, I think one of the reasons they're really successful is that they're just like there's like 3 people that are there and sort of give notes to Alan Ball. But they let Alan Ball kind of do what he wants. They let Martin Scorsese do what he wanted, for Boardwalk Empire. So they hire these really, kind of really talented people, and then they just let them do what they want. And it's a risky move because you don't know. A lot of times you want to put your hand in and say, I don't know, I don't trust where this is going, but they just trust those guys. And for us, season 1 was not a big hit. We were not a huge hit, but they kept it on, and they let Alan continue to do what he wanted to do, and it was Alan's vision, and that's what everybody loves. They don't love 10 different people's kind of, putting together something where it's a bunch of different pieces. So I think a network might have canceled our show early, and look what we ended up with. So it's a lot of it is different. It's definitely different.
The sad part is that most of those 10 people aren't creative. They're more.
Yeah, there a lot of times it's. Sorry to be so cynical, but a lot of times it is somebody who was never a writer or an actor or a director. It was somebody who was just maybe worked their way up in the company. They started in the mailroom and then they were secretary, and they worked their way up, and all of a sudden they have a creative say. And
And they've never written anything.
No, and all of a sudden they have huge say in a show, and it's kind of a weird way to get that position.
And as you say, a lot of it is them just trying to justify their existence and put their particular stink. So at the end of the day, they go, yeah, that moment, that was me.
Right, exactly.
That's exactly the overall quality of the series.
Yeah.
Now, I know you recently did a film you're really proud of. We were talking about yesterday.
Was that Guns, Girls, and Gambling? Yeah. Well, you know what? I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say how proud I am. It was. I will say, I don't know how the finished product.
Way to sell a product, man.
I know, isn't that great? I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's really good. It was really fun to make. It was Gary Oldman it plays an Elvis impersonator, if you can imagine that. I know, right? It's not too hard to imagine. It'd be crazy. Dane Cook and I played these corrupt sheriffs, and that was awesome. Playing a corrupt sheriff is great. Having a gun and having power and being kind of bad is just the greatest thing ever. That sounds like I'm supporting like armed robbery. That doesn't sound good. But it was a lot of fun. And who else was in it? Christian Slater. He's a badass legend. A girl named Megan Park, who's in Secret Life of the American teenager, or just teenager. She's really cute and great. So yeah, it's sort of a Tarantino-esque kind of hyper-real thing, and it's hopefully it gets out. It was a lot of fun.
You had a funny story about Dane Cook.
Oh yeah. Because we were playing. Some of you all heard this, but we were playing these corrupt sheriffs, and we had these sheriff uniforms on. So Dane decided to go out and start stopping people in the road, and then going up to him and saying, "I'm Dane, don't worry about it." And then people would freak out, and people that recognized him. So we decided to call the real cops to come and arrest him. So they drove up, and it was just funny to watch the stages of Dane's face, like, oh no, the real cops. Well, they'll be cool because I'll just, they'll know me, and that'll be cool. And I saw that in his face, and then the cops got out, and they were not bullshitting around. They were serious. So then he got a little more worried, and then they said, we're going to put you under arrest. And then they said, no, we're just kidding. And it was awesome. It was so great. I mean, that was a great, practical joke. Turned on him.
Another question?
So, if you could be on any TV series that's running now other than True Blood, what would it be?
If I could be on any TV series other than True Blood, what would it be? Okay. There's a show called The Killing that actually takes place in Seattle. Have you guys seen that? I was really into that. You really like it. I was really into that. Mad Men I would love to be on. It's, get shaved, get a short haircut and a suit, That would be good. And Boardwalk Empire would be a lot of fun. I'd be into that too. Yeah, well, yeah. God, who isn't? Yeah. Who's not a Scorsese? Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else? Right here.
Who's been your favorite love interest so far?
Ooh, my favorite love interest. Gosh, they've all been great in their own ways. That's the boring, politically correct answer.
Have you ever done a love scene with someone you didn't like?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is the thing, as an actor.
Can we have a name?
As an actor, you do have to kiss people that sometimes you don't want to kiss, and you have to have these relations with people, and spend time with people that are difficult or you just are not into. So yeah, that can be tough. So yes, the answer is definitely. I can think of one place specifically that comes to mind, and one movie that comes to mind that I cannot say,
Director and a release date.
Or the IMDb number. Have you ever done a love scene with someone that you're into?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that you're actually involved with.
Oh, sure. I mean, look, when you of course I have to. Now it's it's over for me. Kids and but when you're first starting out, it's the best. When you're first starting out acting, you're young, you're in your early 20s, and you're doing plays, and you're meeting new beautiful women, and it's the best. Yes, you get involved in it, and it's like summer camp, and then the movie's over, the play's over, and you're like, why were we together? Oh my God. But it is. It's you do a lot of, and then it changes, and then you get a little bit older, and you know the deal, and then you have a serious, girlfriend or whatever, but for sure, like in those first 10 years or so, it's fun.
First 10 years or so.
I know.
Stacking them up in the back.
I've been in this business for 50 years.
Did you have a question?
I just wanted to know if you think we're going to see Tara's character.
Oh, are we going to see Tara's character? I can't say anything about that. You don't want to know. You want to be surprised, right? No, you want to know.
To me, it was a shocker for me. She just had so many close calls.
Right. Were you guys, I'm just curious, were you all shocked at the ending when Tara got shot in the head? I'm stone-faced right now. I am stone-faced.
Can vampires bring dead people back to life in this show?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? No? Some people are saying yes, and some people are saying no.
Yeah.
Whatever the director says, yeah.
You're right.
We learned that. We learned that.
You work in the industry, don't you? Go ahead.
That reminds me, will we be seeing Bubba? Have you read the book, right?
Bubba, yeah, will we see Bubba? Alan Ball always gets asked that, and of course I don't know, because I'm a stupid actor and have no power. But he always says, what I remember him always saying is that he hasn't wanted to bring Bubba in only because he's such a good character in the books that it would be impossible to make him, to do him justice. And, but who knows, because everybody who has read the books asked that question, and I remember Bubba, such a good character. So if you keep, like, you know, bringing it up, maybe he'll do it. Maybe we'll get Gary Oldman to play, right?
Yeah, Gary Oldman,
Come on, I'm the linchpin here. I'm the like middle guy, you know. Gary Oldman, meet Alan Ball. Alan meet Gary. He's played it, you know, an Elvis impersonator. We'll see.
What about the character of Quinn?
Oh, Quinn. I've heard people. I don't know. I don't remember Quinn. Quinn was who was Quinn? The Were-Tiger. Listen, I'm sure. You know, we're gonna run out of, like, you know, supernatural beings. We're gonna be tapping all that shit. We're gonna be into the where everything. You know, where bunny rabbit. If we go long enough.
I want to see Sasquatch show up on True Blood, but that's just me.
Hey, there were new pictures.